some people it's literally 6 weeks and it's done. Some people are already having sex and going on with life at 6 weeks. Hey, it was 8 weeks, it was 10 weeks, and there was no sex happening in my life because I still had a stitch chilling, like. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something super exciting. We are continuing with my new mom memoirs, and we're going to be talking about my postpartum journey. Basically, my baby is almost 8 months. It's almost 9 months. He's 8 months and 3 weeks right now, and so it's been almost 9 months since I gave birth. And since it took my body 9 months to create a whole human being, I gave myself 9 months to really investigate and see exactly what happens to your body, to your mind, to everything after giving birth. So I'm going to be talking about everything that I've seen, everything that I've experienced during my postpartum journey, and I hope that you learn something from here. And yeah, so let's get started. Please watch until the end because I am planning to do a little giveaway, and the rules for the giveaway are very simple. You guys have to be a subscriber to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and then comment in the comment section below. You should give me a really good reason why you think you should be winning those little gifts of ours that I'm going to give away. I will pick the winner randomly, and then I will announce the winner in my next video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Okay, so let's start. I remember on my last video I talked about my last video I talked about my whole pregnancy journey, but in the first video of this series I talked about having postpartum chills, so I'm going to continue on from there. Basically, postpartum chills is when you shiver a lot. It's like you really feel really cold and you're just shivering. It lasted for a few minutes and it was gone. I remember getting those chills and then wearing something I was wearing like warm clothes because I was literally freezing, although it was like the middle of summer. And then like 10 seconds later I was totally fine and I was back in my normal clothes. So yeah, those are very normal. Expect those. Apparently they're very normal, so don't be surprised when they happen. You can't stop them, they just happen naturally. So I'm going to continue on from there. So the baby is out now. What did I do? I was looking like I was 6 months pregnant. So your tummy does not go away like immediately, obviously. So I had a little bulge. Unfortunately, I don't know, I just didn't take pictures when I was in hospital. I was so focused on my little one. I was so excited and I just was in disbelief that I created a whole human being. And also people were coming in to visit. So I really didn't get time to take pictures, but I had a tummy still. I still looked like I was 6 months pregnant, but like eventually it just starts going away. And I noticed that when I was breastfeeding. So when you breastfeed, you start losing the tummy. You actually feel your tummy contracting. It's really cool because I remember my doctor was telling me that breastfeeding really helps with contracting the uterus. That is a fact, guys. It is true. And every time my baby was sucking on my boob and drinking some milk, I literally could feel my tummy, my uterus contracting. It feels like cramps. It feels like, yeah, like they're not painful, but you feel something happening in there. So yeah, that is really cool. So yeah, what did I do then? What happened? I started bleeding, obviously, because I think it's natural. When you give birth, you are going to bleed because there's going to be a lot of blood involved and you are going to bleed. So because of all the blood that was happening, initially I was wearing underwear, and I actually wore my normal underwear, and then I was wearing a pad. So these were the type of pads that I was wearing. They are very thick and they really absorb all the blood and anything else that's coming out. They also gave me pads in the hospital. I think they are made of, it was like a fabric type of material. But yeah, I used both of them. I just used them in conjunction. So yeah, these are obviously by Carol. I got them from Clicks in South Africa. They are maternity pads. They are designed especially for your period after having the baby. They are very large, very large, larger than the normal pad. So you can see they're actually quite long, and they're very absorptive. Is that a word? But they absorb very well all the blood and everything that's going to be there. So I use these. The other thing that I used that was very, very useful, like I was telling you, I was wearing my normal underwear, and 10 seconds later, guys, I'm not even going to lie, I was dripping in blood, and my underwear was messed up. So I decided, because I had bought these are the mesh underwear. It's maternity hospital panties. They are designed for after you give birth, like directly after you give birth. You wear these and you wear your pads. You can mess them up all you want, and you can just throw them in the bin when you're done. So that's the great thing about them. You don't have to mess up your real nice underwear. So these are very, 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 I would advise you get these. They are by Carol. I'm sure there's other brands out there, but I use this brand. And as you can see, I still have them because I bought quite a lot. And yeah, they are very, very, very useful. They were very helpful, and they're very nice as well. I think you can also reuse them. They look like this. You can reuse them. They're nice and stretchy, so you can wear them. They were stretchy and they fit around my tummy perfectly because I was still looking pregnant. And you can wash them if you want, and then you can always just throw them. I think using them maybe once or twice is enough, or you just use them once and you're good. So I got these and they were very, very useful. So I suggest you purchase these, go into the hospital with these. They will save your life. And yeah, so that was that. Moving on to the actual experience and what happened. I told you that I got stitches, right? People, let me tell you the story about stitches. It's a sad, sad story. Like, it's a sad situation. I can't even explain to you. It was something else. I got stitches, and obviously they take time to heal, and they're supposed to take about 6 weeks. Girl, I still had pain and discomfort for longer than 6 weeks. I still had my stitches on. They took forever because they're supposed to fall off. They took forever to fall off, and I kept trying to look down there because you use a mirror to see what's happening. I kept trying to look and see if there's any progress, and I kept seeing this yellow thing. So I thought it was an infection, guys. I was like, hey, find out about your doctor, fuck, guys, like what the hell. But no, I went back to my gynecologist, and he was like, nah, don't panic. It's actually a stitch that's still waiting to fall off. That stitch took 8 weeks, almost 2 months, guys, almost 2.5 months, because I remember it was like probably close to 10 weeks. And I still had stitches. That stitch had not fallen off. It was like, oh my God, it was painful. And I had to sit in cold water with salt. I think they called salt baths. I don't know what they called, but hey, I remember the first day I came back home, my mom prepared it for me, and she gets this coarse salt, and then she puts it in cold water, and you have to sit in there for like 15 minutes, like 3 times a day. I completely died. It was the most uncomfortable thing, and you literally could feel the salt penetrating into those stitches onto the scar. It was just hectic, guys. It wasn't nice at all. It was just unbearable, but it had to be done. And I also remember the other thing that was a bit uncomfortable was pooping and farting was like another story. It was like, okay, because you really feel like you're gonna burst out there because everything is just tight and it's closed up, and you're like, ooh, hey, am I going to be able to poop? Because then when you're trying to push your poop out, it feels like you're pushing the stitches and they're just gonna break. Oh my God, guys. Farting was also another story. It was just like, sitting down. I didn't realize that, you use your vagina muscles when you are sitting and standing. I learned that the hard way when I had my stitches. I didn't realize. Like, guys, you should try it. Try it when you're standing up and sitting down. You are actually using your vagina muscles, and I did not know that until I got my stitches and it was time to stand up and do basic things. It was just like, what? Guys, no. If I had to choose between giving birth, the actual labor and delivery process, and then healing, I'm taking the delivery and labor process any day. I am not thinking twice about that because I absolutely suffered. It was terrible. I can't even explain to you how painful it was. I think that was, for me, it was after the post-birth experience, which really freaked me out because my pregnancy was chilled, labor and delivery was chilled. Hey, recovery, no. That was a struggle. It really was a struggle. But yeah, guys, it's a natural thing. You're gonna have to go through it when you do give birth naturally. And if you do get stitches, unfortunately, you're gonna have to go through that. Some people, it's literally 6 weeks and it's done. Some people are already having sex and going on with life at 6 weeks. Hey, it was 8 weeks, it was 10 weeks, and there was no sex happening in my life because I still had a stitch chilling, like chilling there and not falling, and so it wasn't happening. So yeah, it finally happened, and it was time to have sex. Okay, let me tell you now, I don't know if it's just me, but your sex life is never gonna be the same. It is not going to be the same. It's not. Especially penetration. People, it feels like being a virgin again. It's like every time you're trying to have sex, it feels like being a virgin again. We had to use lubrication. People, that still did not work. It was like, I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up for this. Sad times, guys. It was sad, but it's life. And up to now, I am getting to 9 months postpartum, and having sex is a struggle. It's a struggle with penetration. After that, everything else is fine. Like, it's just the penetration, guys. It's like, woo. But yeah, that's the story. That's my experience. I mean, it could be different for other people, but I feel like your vagina is never the same after having a baby. It's not gonna be the same ever again, because it's like it literally ripped apart, and now they just had to reconstruct it, and it's not perfectly made like how God makes it. So unfortunately, that is the story. I hope it helps someone out there, because it's really a reality, and it's a reality that I face and I'm still facing. I don't know. Let me know if you are back to normal in terms of your sex life. Like, are you good? Like, is everything good? Like, tell me, because maybe it's just me. My gynecologist says it's pretty normal. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it will get better. We'll see with time. All right, moving on to breastfeeding. Another thing that I did not realize was how painful breastfeeding is. Hi, people. First of all, my baby was not latching to my right boob. He was not latching at all. He was just there going, and like it was like the worst, because then I'm like, my baby is gonna starve. Like, people, it was a struggle. So here I am, he was only latching to this boob, but even latching him to this boob was a struggle. And I was like, especially the first night, I was like, Mana, can you please drink your milk? But it was a struggle. I didn't want him to starve, because obviously that's his only food and he's dependent on me. He was not latching. So yeah, it was really a struggle. My mom was helping me. Obviously, they teach you how to breastfeed in the hospital, so they did that. But still, my baby wasn't latching. It was just crazy. But eventually, as time went on, he learned how to latch, and then I also learned how to breastfeed on my right boob. I remember the first 2 days I failed to breastfeed with my right boob, and it was bursting. It was literally bursting with milk because he was not latching, and it was just, I didn't know what to do. And I don't know why I didn't think about pumping out the milk, but yeah, he was not feeding for me. It was really painful. And yeah, I remember, hey guys, gone are the days, but in the beginning I had so much milk, and I was using breast pads, but it was only for like 2 days, 3 days, or probably just a week. I used those breast pads. These, I got them from Clicks. Okay, the box is a bit deformed, people. That is because I don't have a reason, but it's deformed. But you can see what it is. These are the breast pads, and they look something like this. They come in this little packet, and you can open them. How do you open these? See, I don't even remember how to open them, because I literally used them like once or twice. So yeah, don't buy boxes and boxes like I did, because that's not going to be, you're not going to use them as much. But they basically look like this, and you open it like that, and then there's little things that you can take off, I guess, to expose the sticky part of them, and then you stick them. They were supposed to stick onto your bra, and then they cover your boob like that. So you put 2 of them. Yeah, like I said, I only use them like once or twice. I'm sure they do the job, but if you have a heavy flow in terms of milk, then go ahead and buy boxes and boxes. I have so many boxes of these. And yeah, but basically I had so much milk compared to now, guys. Hey, now it's a struggle. Hey, there is no milk in those boobs, people. There is no milk. I eat like a mad person, and still milk is not coming out. So it comes out, but it's not as much as it was. So I never had excess milk to like pump out and keep in a bottle. So it's a struggle. But anyway, so yeah, that's it for the breastfeeding. But no, that was the latching story about the breastfeeding. What nobody told me was how painful it was going to be. I felt like my nipples were literally going to touch the ground. It was painful, guys. I really thought they were going to fall off, my nipples, because guys, it was so bad every time, because now he was able to latch my baby, and when he latched, it felt like he was like biting on me so hard. It was so bad. And at first, because I remember the doctor, my gynecologist, was like, maybe you should use your breast milk and just squeeze out a little bit, and then you just rub it onto your nipple. I was doing that, but my nipples were like, oh no, sister girl, no, it is not gonna work. It is not gonna work. And it did not work, guys. I tried Vaseline, I did everything, and then I was so done. I was like, I'm gonna go buy a nipple cream. I went and bought this nipple cream. This is the nipple cream that I used. It's by Bennett. Over here, I hope you can see. Can you see? Okay, I don't know. Where is this camera? Okay, there. Anyway, that's the nipple cream. As you can see, it's still there's still a lot in it, because I think I used like literally, I used it 4 or 5 times, and yeah, it did the job. I suggest you invest in this if you're gonna have your baby, because this thing it works. It saved lives. It saved my entire life. Like it was a lifesaver. Like I literally put it on, and in a few hours, it was soothing, nice and soothing, and a few hours later, you're back to normal. That is a lifesaver, guys. You should definitely invest in a nipple cream, because, hey, you don't know. You don't know. Nipple creams are the life, okay? So, yeah, breastfeeding is painful, but it only lasts for about a few weeks, and you're just back to normal. Like right now, I feel absolutely no pain, and I haven't used that nipple cream in months. So, yeah, that's just the beginning. Moving on to baby fat and losing the weight. So I think I mentioned in my last video that I gained about 18 kgs. Yeah, sister girl. It just doesn't go. My hips are so much wider now. I am struggling to fit into any of my jeans, and we are on lockdown, people. We are going through a pandemic, and I can't fly to South Africa to go buy jeans. So I'm just sitting there, walking around with jeans that have a wide zipper open, and I just wear a very long top so that no one knows what's going on in there, because I can't close them. Oh, people, I gained weight, okay? I gained weight. So, yeah, immediately when the baby came out, you lose weight, because obviously the baby is out, and all that water that was circling the baby, everything is just gone. I think I went to 68 kgs after the baby came out. And then losing weight to 60, no, I think I went to 70. And then like, it was a rapid drop from 70 to, let me just check, hold on. Because I remember I wrote this down. My weight loss journey. Hold on. So my weight loss journey, I wrote that on the 15th of November 2019, I was 68.1 kgs. So that's about 15 minus 2, 13 days after giving birth, I'd gone to 68 kgs. And then on the 22nd of November, which is about a week later, I was on 66 kgs. So I'd lost 2 kgs, 66.7. And then on the 2nd of December 2019, I was on 64.9 kgs. And then on the 5th of January, I was on 64.2. And that was the end. This is July 2020, and I'm still fluctuating between 64 and 63, 62, 63, 64, 62, 63, 64, you know, something like that's just the range that I am living in. And I guess that's my new weight now. I'm happy with it. I mean, I gave birth to a whole child, guys, a whole human being. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to go back to my 55 kgs, which was my initial 53 kgs, which was my weight before I got pregnant. So yeah, it has been. It's not really a struggle. Really, I can't say it's a struggle. But the thing is that you can't immediately go on a diet or starve yourself, because you still have to make milk for the baby. So I have to eat. So all that weight loss that was happening rapidly, immediately after giving birth, I don't know what caused that, but I guess it's a natural thing, and then you get to a point where that's just what it is, and you're just gonna have to live with it. So I'm, like I said, 62, 63, 64 there. That's where I'm fluctuating, and yeah, that's my new normal. I definitely have wider hips. I'm not complaining about that, that's for sure. Okay, I'm not complaining, but yeah, I have a wider face. There's just a whole lot of things that have changed, and it's okay. I've learned to embrace it. It's just something that it's a reality, guys. And instead of sitting there, you know, feeling sad and feeling fat, you know, embrace your new body, love it, you know, do things that will flutter your new body. So wear clothes that flutter your new body, and that's just what I've been doing, and I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying my new body, because guys, it's a miracle what I created. You know, creating a whole human being is a miracle. But if you do want to maybe shape it up a bit, I used body shapers from Jet, or anywhere really. I got these, like I said, it's nothing crazy. It's just basically tights. They look like tights because they are tights, but they're just high waist, so they just hold everything, and they're very stretchy. So when you wear them on, when you put them on, they just go zing, and then they just hold everything together. So I like to wear 2 pairs at a time. I bought them in 2 colors. I've got a few of the black ones, and I've got a few of these. These are definitely an investment. That was the trick, guys. I know a lot of people were commenting on my pictures on Instagram, like, how did you just get your body back so soon? Yes, of course, it did go back, but it wasn't completely back. Like right now, it's not completely back. I still have a little bit of a tummy, guys. It's there. It's there. It's definitely not pancake flat or surfboard flat. You can see that something happened, you know. But yeah, that was basically the secret. I was just wearing body shapers. And instead of wearing 1 pair of body shapers, I'll be wearing like 3 or 4. Okay, no lies, I'm lying. 2 or 3, but mainly 2, to just really get that extra support. I did try to waist train. It was my first time waist training. I had never waist trained before, so yeah, it was something that was new to me. But it wasn't comfortable for me, so I just immediately dropped it. And so I just continued with my body shapers. They're quite nice, and they're also very inexpensive. You can just purchase them anywhere really, and they really do wonders, guys. Like, don't sleep on them. Okay, so I want to talk about the next thing being birth control. Okay, so when I went for my 10-day checkup at the doctor's after giving birth, he immediately started talking about about birth control. Okay, so there's a lot of not research. It's just a lot of scientific proof that breastfeeding works sort of like a contraception. It's a form of contraception, but you can't really rely on it, because what happens basically, you stop ovulating and you're not on your period. So basically, if you're not ovulating and sending eggs, then there's no egg that can be fertilized. So basically, you're not going to get pregnant. But it does happen that you can get pregnant. So I would suggest that you go on birth control. I did not. We're not judging. We are not judging. Let us not judge. I did not do contraception, but I am on my way to the pharmacy. I've been on my way to the pharmacy for like 9 months, but I am, guys, I promise. I am going to the pharmacy this week. Okay, no, when the pandemic is over, because I am not going anywhere. Like I said, like, I'm not going anywhere, because this corona thing is a real situation. But anyway, basically, yeah, do go on birth control. It's very, very important, especially if you don't want to have another child, because anything can happen. In as much as you can rely on breastfeeding and exclusive breastfeeding as your contraception, it's not the safest, and anything can happen. But the greatest thing about that though is that ever since I gave birth and that blood from giving birth finished, I never went on my period, and I still haven't gone on my period. And it's like, woo, greatness. It's just it's nice, guys. It's so nice having to know that you don't have a visitor every month knocking on your door like, hey, sister girl. But yeah, obviously we will get that soon. Like, I remember last week I had a few droplets. No, actually 2 weeks ago I felt ovulation pain for the first time in forever, because the last time I felt ovulation pain was before I got pregnant. And because I get ovulation pain, some people don't, but I can tell when I'm ovulating. And so I got ovulation pain, and I was like to my husband, I am ovulating, so we need to be careful, because anything can happen from now. And we are not trying to get pregnant right now, because we still have to have our wedding, and my dad is on my case about having a wedding. So I don't think he would take me getting pregnant again as good news. It would be very bad news for him, because he's dying to walk me down the aisle. So we need to focus on that. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, it might not happen this year. We would have loved to just have it this year and then we have another baby, but yeah, we're gonna have to wait until the wedding, until the pandemic is over. But anyway, yeah, so I was just saying that I ovulated about 2 weeks ago, and then it was followed by a few drops of blood. So yeah, and that was it. I really thought that my period is back, and I was like, oh man, it's time to go back on my period and whatever. But it's disappeared. It hasn't come back. So maybe I'm still going strong in this no period life. It's a good life, guys. Trust me, it is good. I will not swap it for anything. Really, really enjoyable. But yeah, so that's the story about the breastfeeding and the birth control. All right, guys, I think that is everything for this video. Can you believe it? We have made it to the end. It was quite a quick video. I hope you've learned something from this video, because you know, I always try to make my videos educative, because it's very important that you take something valuable from my videos, that you're not wasting your 20 minutes or your 40 minutes or however long my video is. It's just, yeah, I hope you've learned something, and I hope that I've helped out our new moms out there. And do comment in the box below to win boxes and boxes of breast pads. yeah, I'm ready to give those away. I think I can also give these away. I want to give a few packets of these away as well. Yeah. Just comment in the box below, and yeah, and maybe a few packets of these, because I bought a lot, guys. I really was expecting, like, you know, crazy things, but that's not what happened. So yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always subscribing. Thank you for always making sure that you take your time out to watch me blab away about stuff. My notification gang, I see you. Thank you so much for the support, you guys. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment. If you haven't subscribed, please, I would really appreciate if you subscribe. Yeah, for everybody else who subscribed, thank you so much. I will catch you guys in my next one.